since the team left, the Afghanistan crew, I have been here on some U.S. Forest Service road that is more or less a campsite where you can just stay for, I think, like 14 days. But nobody's coming through here. I've seen like 2 or 3 people. So the road's right over there. You can hear it. There's a creek down there. There's also a mattress over there, which is kind of gross, but one day I was sitting here in my van, minding my own business, probably making some spaghetti or something, and I saw a couple people walk up here, come this way, and disappear into the wilderness. I have no idea where they went. There's no trail. I'm like, alright dude, let me climb up on this rock a couple hours later and see if I can see where they were going. So I'm sitting up there doing my thing, hanging out, meditating and whatnot, being all calm. And way down in the valley, I see some smoke rising. I'm like, oh, that must be where their campsite is. That's cool. Thought nothing of it. Go to bed, wake up the next day, I'm like, alright, time to take a bath. Oh, look, some poop. Time to take a bath. I am gonna follow this creek down here until I find a nice open spot with a big old rock that I can lay in the sun and chill out, and like a deep spot that I can fully submerge in the nice frigid water. Oh, these mosquitoes though. So I'm following the creek, I'm climbing down, there's no trail once again. I'm just making my way downtown, walking fast, hurting my knees, and they're both fucked up now. But halfway down, I lose my water bottle. That was a bit of a catastrophe, because like, if you ain't got no water, you die, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a water filter because I'm garb. I need to get a Catadine, shout out to the squad. Anyways, I found a nice enough spot. Took a little bath, a little scrubby-dubby. Was hanging out there for a while, and I was like, you know what? I don't even really like this spot. Let me keep going. So I continued on, climbing over rocks and stuff, trying to find the best way down. I've done this journey 4 times now, and I have no idea what the right way to go is. Anyways, yeah, word. I was down there. Follow the creek, comes down to a larger creek coming from a different direction. Oh yeah, this is juicy, I'm gonna follow that. This is not... And then you come to some bullshit like this. And it's like, man, they couldn't have just, like, you know, made a path, made a trail. Where the trail workers at? I know y'all out there. So this is the spot where I hung out for a lot yesterday, but not on purpose. So Monday night, there's still smoke coming out of it. Monday night, when I saw those people come by, I climbed to the top of the thing, I was checking it out. This is where I saw the smoke coming from. I came down Tuesday at about 2 o'clock, middle of the afternoon, you know. I'm on the other side of the bank over there, get a whiff of smoke. I'm like, oh, I know what campfire smoke is. I know that scent. Must be people around. So I'm hiding amongst the trees, trying, you know, with my bright orange shirt so they don't see me. Don't want to disturb them, walk up on them, you know, do anything weird. You know, people are doing stuff out here in the middle of the wilderness. You never know. Don't see any tents, don't see any sign of human activity. Still smell the smoke, and then I see fire. I'm like, okay, so they gotta be here if there's a fire happening right now, right? I look across, I see the fire, I see another fire right next to it. Still no sign of people. I'm like, let me go check this out. So I cross the stream, I come over here, and there's a little fire pit right here with about, I don't know, 5 or 6 rocks, very small, and this whole area is burning slowly in every direction. There's flames over here, and there's flames over here, and it's just all smoldering. And I'm like, oh, let's go. You guys tried to start a forest fire. So, jump into save the earth mode. I don't have anything to put out a fire with, obviously, other than my water bottle, which I just spent half an hour trying to find after I lost it. So the last thing I'm gonna do is just squirt that on there. Probably not gonna be enough water anyways. So what do? I run down to the water, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Find some algae, seaweed, ain't seaweed, the old creek weed, I don't know, one of those aquatic plants. Start pulling that up. I'm like, this will soak up some water, you know. I can bring that stuff here, slopping it around the edges up here, blah 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 blah. Then I'm like, what else can I do? So I find this and I start standing knee deep in this water, shoveling sand into this and carrying wet sand back with me in loads and trying to like smash it down on the perimeter. So I could have just dug, but the thing is, the reason they shouldn't have started the fire here in the first place is because this is all duff. So this is literally just like 8 inches deep of stuff that will burn. Dry twigs and pine straw from all these trees up here. So it's just an 8-inch smoldering fire going in, you know, every direction. Eventually I get the perimeter secured with enough soggy sand after like 45 minutes of shuttling back. I'm like, all right, this is good enough that I can run up to the van and see what else I have. So I run up to the van. I'm like, all right, well, I gotta have a bucket. I don't have a bucket. I could bring my pot, little ass pot. I could bring a packing blanket, soak it, and just sit it on top of this. That would do something. And I'm like, I got my gray water tank, which I'm not even using right now anyways, because I just cleaned it up. I run back up to the top, once again, not knowing where I'm going, other than the car is that way. I grab that thing, leave all my little backpack and stuff down here that I had brought for the day, come back with a big backpack and the tank of water, and proceed to dump over 150 gallons of water on this thing before it stops smoldering. So it was wild, man. The only bad part about finding a really cool spot is that somebody's probably already found it. Case in point, this is not natural. That means somebody made it. Which means no matter how naked you get, there could always be someone looming in the wilderness around you watching your wang swang. But I don't care. I wish I had my goggles, I would swim with the fish. Why aren't there any cool lizards in a place like this? I'll bring my goggles back tomorrow. I'm going to attempt to tie the GoPro to the top of this log, along the top of this bark raft, and send it down the rapids. Waterfall test number 1. So that time I tried just resting it on the raft and holding onto the rope, but it wasn't balanced enough. Obviously I'm gonna have to tie it to the raft and to my hand, so try number 2. By the way, Nesto and whoever else watches this, nobody. Nesto, this is the P-cord that I took from the reservoir last weekend. I wish I had 2 cameras to show how ridiculously tied on this is. Looks like it's gonna work though. Here we go. All right. I don't know what try this is. We got a fresh new boat. It's not even waterlogged. So we're gonna send it just over this little rapid right here. Go on now, go and get now. Don't be scared, boy. Go on now. thing about the Stanislaus is that you cannot sit or lay or kneel or stand, really for that matter, on the ground for more than about 10 seconds before one or more of these big old dudes starts crawling around on you, in your pants, in your ears, on your shoes, and you just go, ugh! Hey, bud. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this dude. Where'd you come from, bro? Just all up on my leg. Like you belong. The most yeetable bug of all time. But then we're gonna save him, obviously. We won't let our homie drown like that. He's like, what the fuck just happened? Even after all of that lovely sunbathing and diving in the creek today, on the way up, because it's basically vertical, it's hard work, and now I'm all sweaty. So, we're gonna make us a shower. I've never done this before, but I don't know why it wouldn't work. Definitely don't leave your mattress on the ground. I don't know what that's about, but it looks comfy. Here, hey. Just want to get a close-up of this beautiful tong knot. Why is it called a tong knot? Because Tong taught me how to tie it in backcountry. It's the only knot I ever tie on anything, besides a couple other ones, but mainly, that's a good one. That's gonna hold his bit. Wait till y'all see what I'm finna do. Okay, so after much trial and error, I landed on a design that's not pretty, not very high up, not in any way optimal, honestly. But I'm proud of it, and it's impressive because 7 gallons of water weighs a lot. And I got it up kind of high with just some P-cord. Gotta do what you gotta do.